Hello and welcome back to my channel. Just a little brief midweek extra to share with you some of the things I have or will be spending my Syns on this week. I've tried to put a little bit more thought into what I spend my Syns on because often I found by the end of the day I've got 3 or 4 Syns left and I felt like I was wasting them. So I've looked for a couple of products to fill that gap. Okay, we'll start simply. These I've showed before, the flapjacks from Aldi, which I find filling and tasty and good source of fibre. These are 5 Syns each. For something a little different, we have the oh so good mini chocolate bars. Now that's the size of a bar, you can see it against my hand. It's not huge. 13
Maybe better turning it sideways.
That way?
It's upside down, but yeah, that's fine.
That way.
There's a bit more perspective on the size of it.
Yeah. 13.5 grams. So if you think of Freddo as about 18 grams, these are a bit smaller, but they're 3.5 Syns as opposed to a Freddo's 5. These are dark Belgian chocolate and they've got healthy, what do you call it, Joe?
Live cultures.
Live cultures in it, so good for digestion. The other thing I think in their favour is that they come in several flavours. There seemed to be an orange one and
Raspberry?
a raspberry one, yeah, and a nut one, I think.
Maybe, and a no added sugar one.
And a no added sugar one, which was even lower in Syns. So these we bought in Boots today and they are £3.99 for 7 bars. I'm going to have one of those later. My next thing, flaked almonds. I use quite a lot of flaked almonds in my Syns. As I said in my video on Saturday, they have filling power. They also add texture to food. And you can have, let me get it right here.
Isn't it 10 for 3?
Yeah. Yes, 10 grams for 3 Syns. Sorry, I'm a bit vague there, aren't I? Definitely 10 grams for 3 Syns. And 10 grams goes a long way on the top of a pot of yoghurt, which is what I usually do with mine. These little fellas, a bag of Go Ahead mini cookies, 2 flavours that I've enjoyed. This is the cheeky orange one, orange and chocolate, and they also do a white chocolate and raspberry. Now they are 5 Syns for a bag. Something nice to munch alongside a cup of coffee. 2 Biscoff biscuits. I like the fact that these come in a packet of 2 because it tells me you've had your portion, now stop. If I just open a packet of biscuits, I often don't know when to stop. That's dangerous for me. We don't have a biscuit barrel in the house anymore because the hand just keeps going in, doesn't it? So this is a complete portion to me. And for 3 Syns, not too bad. Now, I'm a lover of crunchies and there are several different sizes. I would normally buy the pack of 4, which are 7.5 Syns each. But this week Joe found this slightly smaller one, which I think is 26 grams or 26.1 grams, and it's 6 Syns. That's enough for me to know that if I fancy chocolate, it's just enough. It's not excessive, but you get the taste of chocolate and it's enjoyable. And crunchies have long been one of my favourite chocolate bars. Next, something that I'm newly into. Now this is, I think you say a naked bar, N-A-K-D. This one is the banana bread. It's bananas, oats, raisins, figs?
Walnuts
or dates?
and dates.
Walnuts and dates. Trust me to get the figs and the walnuts mixed up. Now these are 4.5 Syns. There are several flavours in these bars. In fact, yeah, there's a lot of flavours. My favourite of all of them is, Joe will remind me the name of it, Cacao
Delight.
Cacao Delight. It's lovely. It's quite chocolatey flavoured. I think that one is slightly bigger than this one, but where this one is 4.5 Syns, that one is 6.5. There are a lot of fruit flavoured ones and nut ones, but beware, or be aware, when you buy them, and you can get multi-packs of different flavours, check the Syn values because every one is different. My next product is
Yeah,
this.
that's perfect.
That's perfect, yeah. This hot dog relish from Aldi is half a Syn per tablespoon. Now, Joe tells me, and I think I vaguely remember, this tastes just like the relish that they use in McDonald's on the burgers. And I have to say, it is really nice. If you were doing Slimming World burgers, or you're making your own burgers, and you wanted something nice to top them off with your cheese and your lettuce and tomato, this is the answer. It's beautiful, and you buy it in Aldi for £1.29. Back to the naked bars. They are generally 75p each, or a multi-box of 4 for £2.50 in the supermarkets. This one next, Joe. That way around.
Yeah.
Chia seeds. Now, there's been a lot on YouTube just lately on blogs about chia seeds. They are good for us. They are a healthy extra B, and it says you can have 30 grams for a B choice. What we found today reading the packaging is a recommended portion is actually only 15 grams, and that gives you your daily amount of omega-3s. Yeah? Yeah, he has all the information. I'm just a stool pigeon. Omega-3s and ALAs. Yeah?
ALA gets converted into your omega-3s, but yeah.
Right, explain to me, Joe, what ALA is.
ALA is alpha linoleic acid, and it's a plant version basically of your omega-3 fats, and when you consume it, it gets converted into EPA and DHA, which are the two essential omega-3 fatty acids. So, yeah.
And they're used, aren't they, in foods and things to keep your cholesterol down?
Yeah.
So that's the results of eating healthy things like this. Now, Joe just put 30 grams of these seeds, and they're tiny seeds. He just put 30 grams into his big coconut yogurt, and he's behind the camera now saying, "Oh God, I am so stuffed." So the filling power of these is, I think, something valuable.
And it also thickened things really nicely. It thickened the yogurt lovely.
Did it?
Yeah.
Right. So in some of the fat-free yogurts, some of them could do with a bit of thickening. This would probably be a good thing. What I'm going to try tomorrow is 15 grams of this and a Weetabix instead of 2 Weetabix in my overnight Weetabix with quark and a Muller Lite. So I'll see how that goes. It's a good source of fibre, obviously a healthy source of omega-3s. And yeah, there's a lot of little videos going around on YouTube about using this in breakfasts. I think Sin Free and Low Sin Ideas has done one. Watch the Syns on that, because you need to sort of recalculate some of the things depending on what you add to it. But apparently if you start with chia seeds, add milk, add some yogurt, add some fruit, leave it overnight, it makes a really nice breakfast. But as I say, count for yourself what you add to it, because it will always vary dependent on that. But these are currently on offer in Holland & Barrett's, 50% off. We bought these today. And finally, something that I've been omitting from my diet, which is something I really, really enjoy. I've only started having it again very recently because I imagined it would be quite high in Syns, and that is sushi. Got back into it a couple of weeks ago when I bought some in Aldi. We were in Tesco yesterday. We were looking at sushi, and I thought, I haven't got a clue how many Syns in most of the sushis, but I thought, well, the Aldi one was only like 2.5 or something. They can't be much more than that. I opted yesterday to have one of these, which is the medium fish sushi. has 6 pieces in, 2 pieces with prawn, 2 pieces with tuna, 2 pieces with smoked salmon. Has a bit of smoked salmon on top, which is something I'll discard because I don't like smoked salmon on its own like that. But this pack, which is filling, is 2.5 Syns. So, you know, for 6 Syns, I can have the sushi and the chocolate. So that's 6 Syns. I have 11 for the day. So today I'm planning to have the sushi, the chocolate and the cookies. And that's for my 11 Syns. For those of you who have 15, you know, you've got some more to play with. But what the point of this video is to encourage people to try and get... Oh, let me just finish with the sushi. There are vegetable sushis in Tesco from 1 Syn. There is actually a sushi on the Tesco list that is only half a Syn. So it's worth just looking on your Slimming World app, put in Tesco sushi. There's a nice hoisin duck one. There are vegetable ones. There's a chicken and sweet chilli one. And they are all low in Syn values.
Today I had one with 3 of the smoked salmon ones at the top and 2 of the king prawn ones at the bottom, and that was 2.5 Syns, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that came with wasabi.
Yeah, wasabi and soy sauce.
Yeah, so you know, for 2.5 Syns, it's something good to put with your tea or your lunch, or as a snack in the evening when you know when you've got that. I'm going to sit down and watch the telly, and then you start to get a bit bored because there's nothing worth watching or whatever, and you get those want to munch on something. This for me, for 2.5 Syns, is much more filling than a packet of French fries or whatever, packet of Quavers or something. They're all nice, but they're not filling. Well, they're never filling enough for me. I need a multi-pack. So this, yeah, good thing to munch on at night when you're watching the telly. So I think I've covered everything, Java. Everything on my lap. Right. They're just some of the things, or the majority of the things I intend to spend my Syns on this week. I'm constantly on the lookout for something different because variety is the spice of life. I was getting a bit lazy with my Syns, and just for the sake of using 11 Syns, I was thinking, oh Lord, I've got 5 left, what shall I eat?
Pile on the almonds.
Pile on the almonds, yeah. Well, that's what I did some days. Some days it was like
20 grams of almond.
Yeah, I don't know what to use my Syns for, so put me 20 grams of almonds on top of my yoghurt instead of 10, so I can use up this extra 3. Or give me 20 grams or 30 grams of extra cheese, because I was not using them wisely. And if I don't use them wisely, then I fall into the habit of either not having them, which is going to blow the food optimizing, or I fall into the habit of getting very lazy around them, having the same thing every day and getting bored. I know we're all different. Some people could have the same thing every day and never get bored. I'm not wired like that. Once I get bored, my mind will start wandering and I'll start getting inventive, and I'll be thinking, oh, I've had biscuits every day this week. If I can have biscuits for 11 Syns, I can have a piece of cake. No, that's stinking thinking for me. So yeah, I just wanted to come on quite quickly compared to what I usually do and just share. And what I'd like to say, for anybody who has the time to comment, to encourage others who can read the comments below on the bar of my videos, will you please just list 3 things that you use for Syns? Let's see if we can get a nice big list going so that it gives all of us new ideas and we can widen and vary what we're eating on Slimming World. Because I'm saying, oh, isn't this good for 2.5 Syns? You might be sitting there shouting at the camera, I've got some much better ideas. I'm thinking, isn't that little bar of chocolate great for 3.5 Syns? You might be thinking, I know an even better one that's only 3 Syns. So can I please ask you, pretty please, all of those of you who can, will you please comment below and give us 3 ideas of things we can all use our Syns on?
It doesn't have to be 3, you can just put 1 forward.
Well, yeah, just put 1 forward. But I was just thinking 3 is a good number.
3 sometimes quite hard to think of.
Okay, 1 or more ideas. And let's get some really good ideas going to keep variety in this food plan, because let's face it, If we want to get this weight off and we want to keep it off, the chances are we're going to be with this Slimming World plan for life.
You got to keep it exciting, don't you?
Yeah, and I get so excited by food. It's pathetic, really, but oh God, I love food. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. Thanks to those of you who are going to comment. Like and subscribe if you want to. Stay with me though, please. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being supportive and encouraging. And I'll see you on Saturday. Bye for now.
Bye.